As we all know, this race is JK79 and Jason Kimball. Give you a little idea about who Jason was. Jason's parents, Ed and Linda. Oops. I'm going to read that. After that, I'm going to read what Cynthia, his wife, wrote. So the first thing I'm going to read to you is from Ed and Linda, his parents. They said Jason came into this world with the need for speed, which he proved by arriving a month early. His father started taking him to the drag racing when he was only 2 years old. And this evolved into building 3 drag cars. Jason's Toy, Jason's Toy 2, and Jason's Toy 3. His Uncle Terry was the driver while Jason and Dad were the crew. When Jason was 8 years old, they were living in Waynesville, North Carolina. He would drive his recreational go-kart around the mountain, which set him on the path to racing go-karts competitively. They moved back to Tampa when he was 10 years old. He continued racing go-karts until he graduated to sprint cars and dirt late model cars. When Jason first got his learners from them, I would ride with him. We had many discussions on the different types of driving conditions we needed to learn, because everywhere he would be driving, it would not always be on a racetrack. He needed to learn speed limits for subdivisions, school zones, interstates, and racetracks. I'm not sure that he ever grasped those differences based upon the number of speeding tickets he received. When Jason graduated from high school, he was working in our automotive repair business. He told his dad that he did not want to be an automotive mechanic and he wanted to build go-karts. That is how Prowler Racing was born. Jason never had any schooling or professional training in welding or mechanical engineering. It was all on-the-job training and trial and error. He did let her take a course in how to design and create his own parts on a CNC machine. There were times Brian Davis would come down and they would sit at our dining room table with a large TV as a monitor and discuss how this part needed to be designed. When Jason started racing sprint cars and dirt late models, he quit racing go-karts, but continued to build them and was always looking for ways to improve them. He also would work with drivers that were on Prowler cars to make them the best they could be. Jason met the woman he would marry, Cynthia, at TS Racing. Now look at pictures of them at their wedding. You can see how happy they made each other. They would move to Mobile, Alabama, and Jason would eventually start building another dirt late model and also racing a truck. Sadly, he would never get to race that car. He fought so hard and so long to overcome COVID that it was not to be. He touched so many of all of you that have come to remember him and let him live in our memories. That's from Ed and Linda Kimball. Cynthia Kimball, Jason's wife, she wrote some things that she'd like us to know about. She writes about them living in Mobile. She says, moving to Mobile was something Jason talked about often. He wanted a chance to see what else he could do with his life. He wanted to see what else the world had to offer, and if he could excel in something, like he did at karting. He specifically wanted a job at Saab with his friend Kimball. That would never actually happen. He started off at a job working with gearboxes for ships in the port. Not what he wanted, but it got us there and making money. That job turned out to be the best thing that could ever happen to him while there. He started in an entry-level position, and they quickly learned he was worth so much more. Within the short time they lived in Mobile, Jason became an integral part of JWC. He showed that he was supervisor material. Jason became so important to the business that they could not let him leave. He was offered the Saab job, but JWC made him the offer of a lifetime and one he couldn't refuse. Jason felt like he was finally able to be the husband he wanted to be, one that provided for his family. He was very hard on himself, but he finally found the success he was looking for. Not that Prowler wasn't a success, because it was, but he wanted more and he got it. He was finally proud of himself. I'm glad he was able to achieve that feeling in his lifetime. Cynthia talks about marriage. Jason was the best husband, hands down. Not one man can argue. He met me at my worst and somehow turned me into my best. He supported me and he pushed me. He believed in me, especially when I did. Jason and I made it a point to become the best of friends before we proclaimed our love for each other. There was even a joke for the first couple of years, we're just friends, even if everyone knew. Everyone did know except the obvious. The guy heard we were engaged and said, I don't even know y'all were dating. I never mentioned it. Jason wanted to be a father, but he figured it out a little too late for us. We discussed our options and finally decided on adoption. Jason is eager, excited, and he is the one who organized most of the duties and tasks required by the adoption agency. He came up with the picture ideas, the video ideas, organized and added descriptions, captions to them. He did the research on different daycares and schools. The amount of effort and dedication he put into the adoption process, I can only imagine how much he would have put forth in being an amazing father, a blessing to another human being, and a role model. Calling to remove our names from the adoption agency after his passing was so difficult, because his most recent dream, and at that time the most important dream, was not going to come to fruition. That was a whole other heartbreak to endure on top of losing him. Some of the things they did for fun. Cynthia says, this may surprise you, but Jason was a spontaneous guy. I once got home from a 3 to 11 shift at the jail, and Jason had made plans to take a quick weekend trip to Orange Beach, Alabama, to threaten the customer at the hotel. I walked in the door, and he said, how fast can you pack a bag? I asked, where are we going? When are we leaving? He said, we're leaving now, and you'll see when we get there. Then we proceeded to drive all night long. Just one of the many spontaneous trips we took. We traveled to the Smoky Mountains probably 15 to 20 times. The first time we went, the amazing Saunders family put us up in a beautiful hotel on the Strip in Gatlinburg. That was all it took. We were hooked. He loved every season there. We hiked many trails, became whitewater rafting experts. We drank all the moonshine, found new restaurants, hit up the farmers markets, and met up with so many different friends and family up there. We also learned early on that we loved cruising. We got to travel to places I never imagined we could or would. Jason loved the captain's dinner, getting dressed up and feeling special. Jason's favorite cruise port was St. Thomas. He talked about wanting to go vacation there for a week-long trip. It never happened because I was too afraid. I let him down on that one too, for sure. So that's a little bit about Jason and who he was. Many of you knew him from the track, racing against him, racing with him, building power chassis, things of that nature. Justin Holt's done a tremendous amount of work to honor Jason, his close friend, putting on this event. Probably the hardest working guy I've seen to have a full-time job and still put something on this like this and work so hard for the Carters, because that's how he felt about Jason. So thank me and thank the Kimball family with me for honoring Jason, his memory, and Ed, and Linda, and Cynthia for their loss. Drivers all drivers see Justin going down to the table. All drivers, we need you there by Justin to sign the checkered flags. Those are the flags that are going to be given away after this event. All 30 drivers that are going to be running the JK79, please make your way down to the center of the infield right now where Justin's sitting at the table. We have 3 flags there that we need for you to sign. Doug Sturley, we need you in front of the victory lane sign with your cart and your crew. Sturley, we need you in the infield in front of the victory lane sign with your cart and your crew. So as we know, the 79-lap race is in honor of Jason because he ran number 79. Caution laps count between lap 1 and lap 60. So between 1 and 60, they're going to count the caution laps. The only exception is going to be lap 1 and lap 31, which we must complete because they're original start. So it'll be the way we do it, an original start. Caution comes out, everybody gets their spot, comes out again, those that cause it go to the rear. A single checkered flag will be displayed at lap 30 and lap 60. There'll be a 5-minute break in the infield for the drivers. Drivers are allowed to drink sports drinks or water, both from the cooler or for room temp. In the infield, no changing the carts, no air pressure, no fuel, no nothing. The only thing you can do in a cart is if you have a piece of bodywork pushed in on a tire or something, you must notify an official. They must watch you do the pull out of the bodywork, and that's all the extent of what you can do. When we stop for lap 30 and lap 60, the drivers will get out of their carts and go to the infield or whatever they're going to do to get a drink. Crew members are not allowed to come out on the track until they go back onto the track. Then one crew member, when we tell you, will be allowed to come over and crank the carts. Lap 61 through 79, green flag laps only count. There is no time limit on this race. All starts will be just like tonight, single file. Did the presentation for the Best Looking Cart Award. After all the votes were tabulated, Doug Steerley out of Hepsaw, Georgia, number 17's got the best appearing cart. Award given by HD Designs. Doug's running an Eleanor Chassis B&B Speed Shop. He's sponsored by Andy McGonigal Chop Speed Shop. Top Gun Tire Treatments, Stealth Clutches, Chavis Racing Products, Nitro Karting, Steerley Motor Freight, Karting Keepsakes, Martin Supply Company, and Section 8 Motorsport. Doug's crew consists of Sean Strama, Bodine, Big Walt, and Justin. All right, getting ready to start. Now the starting lineup for the 79 JK Memorial. Starting in 30th position, number 189, Eddie Alkire. Starting in the 29th position, number 98X, Chris Gilgen. Number 141, Austin Carter will roll out on the 28th position. Starting 27th, number 95, George DeZama. Number 26 in the 561, Chad Houdini Haithcock. Starting in the 25th position, number 53, Carson Hallman. Starting in the 24th, number 94, Garrett Pick. Starting 23rd, number 17, Doug Steerley. Starting 22nd position, number 20 of Peyton Strickland. Starting 21st, the 00X, Ethan Endicott. Starting in your 20th position, number 38, Tommy Ike. And 19th is the number 26 of Preston Arbogast. The 18 of the 171 start 18th from Barry Bartlett. The number 18 of Stephen Beach will start in the 17th position. Brandon Hoover in the 09 will start 16th. Jamie Miles in the 51 will start 15th. Chase Williamson in the number 40 will be our 14th starter. Mason Ketterman in the number 2 will start 13th. Michael Trocki in the 146 will start 12th. Austin Hill in the 15 will start the 11th position. Eli Vasco in the number 11 will start 10th. Darren Coker in the 00 will start from the 9th position. Thomas Tatum in the 177 will start 8th. Cam Boyd in the number 79 will start 7th. Chase Meredith, number 8, will start in the 6th position. Sean English in the number 60 will start 5th. Mike Smith, number 90, starts in the 4th position. Tara Henderson, number 4, starts in the 3rd position. The outside pole cart, number 5B, Matthew Beam, starts 2nd. And Ryan Joyner, number 98, is your pole cart. That is our starting field for the JK79. Ryan Joyner, the number 98, your fastest qualifier, getting his awards in front of the victory lane sign. Joyner's out of Wilson, North Carolina. Drives a Phantom chassis, Todd Miller engine. We need all drivers set the carts down. Driver and crew, set your cart down. Get ready to fire them up. right, this time we need all drivers. Need all drivers in your cart, ready to go. All drivers in your cart and ready to go. One crew member will start you.
Back here.
79 laps. First checker to come out for a 30-lap break on lap 30. Then lap 60. Those caution laps count in those first 60 laps. 61 through 79, all green flag laps.